You can start yes, where you stopped or from the beginning. Okay, Agna.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm going to take a seminar on the topic design fundamental and analysis. First of all, I'm gonna introduce about the designer. I have taken Rohit Bal, an Indian designer who started his career with his brother Rajiv Bal in 1986 at the company Orchid or oversee Lakme and started his own independent collection in 1990. He was also chosen by Khadi Gram Udyog, the largest handloom textile operation in Panchkula, to work with them. He has designed costumes for the popular Indian game show named Kaun Banega Crorepati. He also opened flagship stores in Delhi as well as in Mumbai, Bangalore, Kolkata, and Chennai. Bal also ventured into designing jeweler. He is best known for his use of lotus and peacock motifs. He frequently uses rich fabric like velvet, brocade, and his designs are elaborate, uh, inspired by Indian grandeur and royalty. He was awarded as the Lakme Grand Finale designer for 2012. Before, okay, yeah. Rohit Bal at Lakme Fashion Week Summer Resort 2019 is the collection which I'm going to discuss. And here there is the logo of Rohit Bal's brand. Before we go to the collection, I would be explaining about the elements of design and principle of design. First, we'll go with element of design. It is a presence of specific factors which makes the visual experience pleasing and non-pleasing, and are identified as elements of design. So these are the factors of element of designs. Point shows the an inactive space, like an active space, like in this red dress given here. It completes the dress and like it shows clearly an active space. Then the line could be horizontal, diagonal, and we can also recognize these lines in our daily life. Here I have taken the example here.
Vertical lines of different thickness, right?
Yeah. I have a line can be a curved line, diagonal line, as here I have shown. Then the shape is further divided into organic, geometric, and abstract shapes. This picture shows the organic shapes, and this shows the geometric, and this is the abstract example. Then the texture can be real and implied. The next we are going to discuss about principle of design. Here I have taken some of the examples of Rohit Bal's collection that which I will be showing you afterwards in like clearly. Principle of designs are further classified into rhythm, balance, emphasis, and contrast. In rhythm, it is also further classified as regular, flowing, and progressive. In balance, it is symmetrical and asymmetrical. Emphasis means that we can show a thing in rarely, like which shows
We can bring emphasis or concentration or attention to a single element, right? A single part.
Yeah. Okay. Which can carry our eyes first on an object. Then here about next, I'll show you about the collection. Rohit Wal presented his collection titled Guldasta at the Lakme Fashion Week. This edition was collaborated with a sustainable fashion label, Ushai Silai. The collection was about the beauty of flower of the valley, and has been created by rural women of Ushai Silai, Kashmir. These women are the members who worked with him, and under this and a bouquet of nature inspired gowns, skirts, lehengas, and saris. We will see similar motives on men wears with band galas and boosted of pink flamingos. So here I want to show you a video about
Okay, let me pause, okay?
given collection that is of same color palette. So I have given in one slide. So the color palette shows of white, off-white, and golden combination. Then the other. This color palette shows the blue, black, and white combination of colors. Then I was talking about this Baad Gala, which these men have been wearing in their garments. And this color palette shows red, orange, black, kind of. Next. Okay, now again, this video.
Okay, Agna. So the presentation, the collection, and everything was good, but you could have explained, when it comes to collection, when it comes to Rohit Bal collection, along with discussing the elements and colors, you could have discussed about the principles of design a little bit more there. Okay, there isn't much there, but still using using those floral motifs and everything, he was trying to show progression, right? He was trying to create a rhythm there, and almost all the garments and outfits were like symmetrically balanced, right? When it comes to shapes, he has used natural shapes, right? Natural motifs have been used there, and when it comes to symmetry, when it comes to balance, most of the garments are symmetrically balanced, but yet when it comes to prints and everything, we can show asymmetry can be seen there, right? And when it comes to it clearly shows progression, rhythm, right? So in that case, you could have explained. But yes, from your presentation, it was very clear that you are completely aware about the concept, elements of design, principles of design, and everything. And yes, the collection was really beautiful. And thank you for showing us that wonderful video. Yes. So very good, Agna. Keep it up. And I want you to be more energetic, Agna. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. Next. Sanchana, are you ready, Sanchana? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, is my screen visible?
Yes, dear.
So, very good afternoon to one and all. Our topic is design fundamentals and analysis. So, this is our fashion designer. His name is Tom Ford. So, Thomas Carlyle Ford. Now, you might be wondering how Thomas Carlyle Ford became Tom Ford. I'll get back to that point. So, this is just a brief introduction about him. He's an American fashion designer and a filmmaker. He is now almost 59 years old. His film, he has written and directed the movie A Single Man, and it was launched in the year 2009. He is the chairman of the Board Council of Fashion Designers of America. You might be familiar with the brand Gucci. He was working for Gucci in the year 1999 till 2004. Then in 2004, he launched his own independent brand called Tom Ford. This is how Thomas Carlyle Ford became to be known as Tom Ford. Sorry?
Sorry, it wasn't me.
In September 2010, he released his first women's ready-to-wear collection in the New York City. So this is the photo of his collection. This is women's wear ready-to-wear collection. It was in New York City in the year September 2010. So coming back to the topic, ma'am, is the full screen visible?
Yes, dear.
Coming back to the topic, the elements of design is divided into 4: point, line, shape, and texture. Again, the shape can be divided into 3 and the texture can be divided into 2. Shape can be divided into 3 as organic, geometric, and abstract. Texture can be divided into 2, real and implied. So as you all know, a point or dot is something really simple to draw, hence it is called the simplest element of design. So this in this dress, you can see a color contrast here, black and white. Here the point is something, highlighting on this dress. So line, when 2 or more dots or points join together, it is called a line. It is created by joining points across a surface. Organic shapes are something that is derived from the nature. So you can see here, it's a moon and some stars. So it is inspired from the nature, and you can see a dress here. The sunset, shades of sunset, or ma'am, you said something. No, silhouette.
Yes, silhouette.
Yeah. So you can see how it is inspired from the nature. Geometrical shapes are simple. It's just regular fixed shapes. It is like geometrical shapes. You all might be aware of what is geometrical shapes. So here you can see how these shapes are used in different textures of this. Abstract shapes are something that is modified and a new shape is formed. When the original shape is modified, an abstract shape is formed. Real texture is the actual texture of a form. So you can see here in the first image, the texture of a leaf is put in that dress. You can see here the texture of the dress. In the same way, the texture of the butterfly wings are used in this second image. Here in the third image, you can see the texture of a fur. It's used in the same way. Implied texture is something that is the three-dimensional.
1 minute. The third figure, the third image, no. It's not actually fur. It's ostrich feather.
I'm really sorry.
And it's okay. No, I just cleared it. Okay, it's not fur. It's ostrich feather. That's it. It do have a similar texture.
So coming back to the implied texture, it is something that is three-dimensional visual representation of a figure. Then principles of dimension, principles of design.
Sanjana, one thing that I want to tell you is that those implied texture thing, It's actually it's not a real texture, but it is a virtual representation of it. So the thing that we used to do when we were kid is that we used to place a piece of paper above a coin, and we used to scratch it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So a texture or something will be created on that particular surface. So that is implied texture. Okay. And if we do the same on a particular brick surface or a cemented surface or anything on a textured surface, and if we try to, if we scratch a pencil or charcoal above it, another texture or visual texture will be created. So that is implied texture. Okay. Are you getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Then principles of design, it is divided into 4: rhythm, balance, emphasis, and contrast. Rhythm is divided into 3: regular, flowing, and progressive. Balance is divided into 2: symmetric and asymmetrical. Then emphasis, then contrast is divided into 6: size, shape, texture, position, color, and value. So regular rhythm, ma'am, just a second.
Okay.
Yeah, regular rhythm is an element or a set of elements that is repeated regularly. So in this figure, you can see the element that is line. It is repeated regularly. Then flowing rhythm is the visual movement or continuance of an element. So here again, line is it's continuous of an element. You can see a visual movement if you closely observe the figure. Then progressive rhythm is the progression of steps. So it is a visual sequencing of forms through progressions of steps. So you can see here the circle is, progressing. Any doubts?
Any doubts? Anyone? Let's move on to the next slide, Sanjay.
So symmetric balance, it is simply that the visual weight is balanced on both sides. So like the first half is equal to the second half. It's like there is no, more modification on this side, on the left side or right side. It is correctly balanced on both sides. So asymmetrical balance is something that is opposite of symmetrical balance, because the first half or the second half may not be equal. The visual weight is not balanced on both sides. So the arrangement of elements having different sizes and visual weights. So both visual weights are different. Emphasis, it is very common in photography. It is used to attract or focus into a particular area or a particular object. It is also called as emphasis. So if in this picture itself, here the main highlight is the rose. So the color is given to the rose and the background is given black and white. Size contrast. Size contrast, elements of same shape is used in different sizes. So you can see in the image that the shapes are same, but the sizes are different. The pink cube or cuboid is not same, is not having the same size of the second and third one. Then contrast by shapes. Elements are used in same size but in different shapes. So you can see here that the sizes are same, but the shape is different. The third shape is different. So texture contrast, the element of same size and shape but different texture. So you can see here in the first two images, that is the same size and same shape. In the second also you can see it is the same size and same shape, but you can see a texture difference in both. So this is called as texture contrast. Then position contrast is that element of same shape is used in different positions or angles. So the triangle is here. The first triangle is on the left side. The second triangle is on the left side. Now color contrast, the same shape and same size, but are in different colors. So you can see here the black and here white. So the color contrast is there. Now value contrast, the elements of same shape are used in different shades of color. So when we were small, we used to draw mountains in a triangle shape. So like that, mountains are represented in a triangle shape. Here the blue shades, the color is used in different shades.
It's called monochromatic.
Yeah.
Here the value is being used to show depth. Okay, so the lighter shade represent it's far away. So as the color gets darker, the closer
Comes
it
closer.
gets. So that is what it is representing. With the help of tint, shade, and tones of the same color, and this is called monochromatic.
Now coming to color palette, it is a group of chosen colors that is used in combinations to create a design or a set of designs using tints, shades, and tones. So to design a particular costume, you have to give some color. So the designer selects a color palette or a set of colors that is used in the costume. So this is the ready-to-wear women's spring collection 2021, 2020 to 2021 by Tom Ford. So here you can see the organic shapes used in the coat.
Blazer.
You can see dots. You can see the organic shape, texture difference, the color contrast. Anything else?
Color contrast, balance.
Yeah, it is symmetrically balanced.
Yes.
So it here the shades of violet or purple is used. On the second one, here you can see black and white is used.
Again,
so
organic
organic
shapes.
shape and some patterns are used.
To
Lines.
represent rhythm. Yeah, right.
Then this is the winter collection of the year 2021 to 2022. So again, you can see a texture contrast here, texture contrast and the color contrast.
So Sanjana, 1 minute, just a doubt. So instead of taking one collection, you went for two collections, different collections with their color palettes. Okay.
Yes. So here you can see the texture contrast as well as color contrast. This is symmetrically balanced because the shirt, it is symmetrically balanced. And these are the colors used in it. Then again, this is also symmetrically balanced, even this one. Yeah.
With the use of, in the third image, with the use of drape. The pleats and tucks that we see in the those are called drapes. So with the help of those, the designer has tried to bring up a sense of motion, rhythm, element like line to it, right? Okay.
So this is the autumn collection. So here you can see the texture of the blazer or coat. It's really different from what she's wearing inside. So here again, it is symmetrically balanced.
The coat she is wearing is a fur one, and the trouser she is wearing is a satin one, and the shirt is kind of chiffon or georgette, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Or maybe something else. So it's a complete mixture of textures. Yes.
So and these are the color palettes. Ma'am, you have to say something?
No.
So this is again the winter collection. Here you can see how the orange shades are used in the top. And again, you can see the texture difference in both. Here elements of design is used. You can see some patterns or rhythm used. The texture is different from all of the four. Again, color contrast. So this is here again, you can see there is only two colors used, that is black and white. You can see the texture difference in the third picture. You can see how the rhythm is used. Even in the fourth one, the skirt rhythm is used. In the first one, what she's wearing and I think the boots, it is
Yes.
again a rhythm.
Value contrast, rhythm, shape contrast, everything is being used, and texture contrast also is being used in all the garments.
Yes. So that's it. Thank you.
Okay, Sanchana, thank you. As I said to Agna, it would have been really interesting if you were a little bit more energetic. Okay. Yes, dear, you can stop sharing. You can stop sharing. Okay. So yes, it was really explanatory. You took us through different collections of Tom Ford, winter, fall, winter, summer collection and all. So it's really good. It was really good. And as I said, it would have been really interesting if you were a little bit more energetic. Okay. Okay. Thank you, dear. So yes, Nehal. Nehal. Agna, Lakshmi, Devi Krishna, Gaya, Nehal, and Basma, please switch on your videos. And if you are facing any kind of network issue, please let me know now itself. Yes, okay. Sorry, dear, I just forgot about it. Yes, Devi Krishna.
Ma'am, I'm having poor network. That's why.
Okay, so can you do the presentation now? Connection is weak. Okay, Gaya. So Nehal and Devi Krishna, are you ready with the presentation? Can you do it right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Devi Krishna. So we have 10 minutes more. Okay.
So good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to take a presentation on the topic design fundamental and analysis. So this is a designer that I took. His name is Manish Malhotra, and he is a former Indian fashion designer and a turned costume designer. He works in Bollywood, Telugu, Tamil, and Hollywood. Then we're going to discuss the elements of design. Elements of design are the fundamental components of any design, and they're needed to be arranged as components for creating a design. It is also known as a constituent or an ingredient of a design. Then the first element of design that we're going to discuss is point. Point is it is the simplest element of design, and they're just dots, and when placed, they make the piece stand out or something. And the next element of design is lines. Lines are many dots or points joined together. This is an example. Then next we're going to discuss shapes. Shapes is nothing. They are like two or three lines joined together. There are many types, three kinds of shapes. Organic shapes are the first one. Organic shapes are the ones that are derived from the nature, and they don't have they're not precise, or they're not like, they can vary in many forms, such as the leaves, which are presented here. And the next one is geometric shape. Geometric shapes are the ones that are rigid, and they are like, they're rigid and they're like, oh, yeah. Geometric shapes are like squares, triangles, and all. They're the real shapes, and they are like, yeah. And the next one is abstract shape, and abstract shapes are like the modified shapes. Like when a shape is turned or modified, they are known as abstract shape. Here, a circle is modified into a stone or something. And the next one we're gonna discuss is texture. Textures are like the thing that we feel and.
So 1 minute, the thing that, just go to the previous slide.
Yes.
So abstract shape, what does mean by abstract shape? So the shapes that we derive from something that is already there. So in this image, in this third image, we can just see something which is similar to leaves, which is similar to, stones, which kind of the wavy lines, which kind of show something else, or maybe some plant or something. So it is derived. It is derived. It represents something, but it doesn't actually look like that. But another version of that thing, particular thing. The leafy kind of flower kind of thing that is there in that image is not how actually a flower looks like. Right?
And the next one is texture. Texture is the thing that we feel when we touch, we can feel something. And there are two types of texture. That is real texture. Real texture is an actual texture of it is a actual texture. It is a real one which we can feel. And this is a bark of a tree. And the next one is implied texture. It is like it is not a real one. It is a visual representation of texture. As we can see here, we feel a texture, we feel something, but it is not real. It is just a drawing. And the next is principles of design. Principles of design. The first one is rhythm. Rhythm is a flowing, it is a.
It kind of creates a movement, right?
Yeah, it is a movement, and it is a recurrence or alternation of element. And in this picture, the element shape is used. The squares are placed with equal interval of time. That is known as regular rhythm. It has equal intervals within them. And the next one is flowing rhythm. Flowing rhythm is a continuance of an element. And this is a C. This is a C of, and we can see it is a continuity. It has a continuity to it. And the next one is progressive rhythm. Progressive rhythm is it is a progression of steps of elements, or it is like increasing or decreasing order. In the figure, the rectangle boxes are like increasing and decreasing from big to small. And the next thing is balance. Balance is nothing. It is a distribution of visual weight of an object. And there are two types of balance, symmetrical and the symmetrical balance is like when we divide this picture into half, it has equal weight on both sides. And a symmetrical balance is like if we divide this picture into half, it is not equal, or it is not having equal weight on both sides. And next is emphasis. Emphasis is simple as that word meaning, just to stand out or to emphasize something. The white pieces, like in this picture, the white piece is standing out from the black ones, and in this one, the red missing pieces, like it is the one that takes all the attraction. Then next one is contrast. Contrast is it is an arrangement of opposite elements and effects. The first contrast we're going to discuss is size contrast. Size contrast is like the same shape in different sizes. And the next one is shape contrast. They are like same shapes used in different, same sizes used in different shapes. And texture contrast is like same shape and same size in different textures. And the next one is color contrast. It is like different colors. Then this is a collection that I took of Manish Malhotra. It is a Nuraniyat collection. It is a bridal wear collection. And he explained Nuraniyat as the most accurate, like him described Nuraniyat like this. It is like where everything exists, and it is a balance of heterogeneous elements. This collection is based on tradition, but it also has the thought. It also has something of the present, and each garment proposes a new and individual expression and explores a possibility of free monologue. And we're gonna watch a video about like the collection.